Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
All right, one episode away.
Yes, this is episode 199.
$1.99. Sounds like a sale.
I know.
For $1.99, you can have this episode. So, housekeeping, or as Make It Magical calls it, mousekeeping. We still have the fundraiser for Chalk going on. The link is in our Instagram bio or at podcast Mics for Magic. And I don't know why I keep saying and. I've said this 1,000 times, but it's like I'm thinking of what to say. Yes, you can go there, donate, and all this goes to the Children's Hospital of Orange County. It's basically a fundraiser that's always needed. It's always, you'll see this throughout the year from different people, but this one's special because we're tying it in with the closure of Splash Mountain. And so our podcasting friends, Hannah and Johnny, started this effort, and we kind of jumped on board, and so have a lot of other people, creators, non-creators, business owners. And yes, this is about to wrap up because the last day is going to be, the finale is going to be on the 30th, which I believe is Tuesday.
Yes.
Correct? Yeah.
Yes, correct.
And we'll be at Disneyland with a lot of our fellow podcast Mics for Magic people. And it's going to be great. We have a giveaway that's tied in with the fundraiser. So I think you've all seen it on Instagram or Facebook, but we have a Disney 100 backpack, ears, and we have
The
Mickey Mouse plush. Yeah, all Disney 100 merch. I don't know if they're park exclusive. They might sell them, but we got them at the park.
We bought them from the parks. Yeah.
And the backpack is Loungefly. So for those of you like Loungefly, and we have a special Splash Mountain sign that goes with it, metal sign. And yes, that can be yours for every $5 you donate if you go through the link, because some people are saying they're going through the general link, and then we're not going to be able to see you. So if you go through the link and then you just leave Splash Me 100 when you donate, for every $5 you donate, you get an entry.
Yes.
So that's great. Yeah. And if for some reason you donated and you
don't see
your name show up on because they show everybody who donates on the site. Send us your receipt at info@ropedroppingknowledge.com and we'll enter you.
Yeah, because some people went through the link. They said they did, but it didn't show up. So somehow it clicked out of our link and went to the Chalk General link.
Yeah.
They show the receipt.
If you get confused, I can see, because it is kind of
confusing. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
If you just go there and hit donate, it's not. But if you're if you start looking around, I think that's what happens.
Yeah.
And I will also add this: if you donated and you forgot to put Splash Me 100, because that's the only way we know that you're entering the contest, you can send us your receipt, and we will count that. Or you can donate another $1 and just put Splash Me 100, and then we will look through and count everything that you donated.
Yeah.
So, however you want to do it.
And you can send it through our Instagram or Facebook DM or our email, info@ropedroppingknowledge.com.
Correct. And this will end on the 29th. Our giveaway that will end on the 29th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right. Now, if you want a double shot of trying to win that prize of the backpack, the ears, and the plush, just for our listeners, we're not really advertising this outside of this podcast. You can send us a direct message through Facebook, Instagram, or info@ropedroppingknowledge.com, with the message either double platinum or Splash Me 200. No, not Splash Me
Platinum 200.
Platinum 200. Yeah, Splash Me 100 is for the chalk entry, and then Platinum 200 is for ours, or double platinum, which either one you want to do. And we will enter you, and that will be our monthly giveaway. So technically, you can enter twice and get double your chances. Theoretically, you could win both. So,
And when does that one end?
and that one ends this Saturday, which I believe is the 27th at
Yes.
11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Okay. So it's earlier.
It's a little earlier, yeah. Because the chalk one, we are going to announce the winner on the 30th at the parks. Well,
Okay.
at least on Disney property. I don't know if we'll
Yeah.
be on the parks. We might be at the hotel. But we'll be staying on property that day. All right. Now, what else is there?
Then there's the Superfan giveaway.
Oh, yeah, we just keep giving stuff away.
Yes. So if you have a Superfan Rope Dropping Knowledge Gold card,
You're already entered.
automatically entered. I think some of you reached out and you already have it. You just forgot. So don't worry.
Yeah.
And I confirmed. So yes, you will all be. And then we added some new Superfans. So
So that will end on June 3rd. And you don't have to do anything. If you have a gold card, if you're a super fan, you're already entered. And then, of course, we're going to be at the parks
yes,
Monday and Tuesday, the 29th
the
and
chalk
30th. Yeah.
/ Splash Mountain.
And we are
last
going
day.
to have another in-park giveaway. Did you already decide what that's going to be? Because I know we have
Yeah.
a few things.
The little mini Kate Spade wallet
We got another mini.
because it's light and I can.
Yeah, because we're going to be carrying a lot of stuff around. We got some audio equipment I purchased, and we got
Flip flops.
flip flops.
Because I don't want to get my socks wet on Splash Mountain.
And then we got some podcast Mics for Magic mailers, poly mailers that you can use that are waterproof. I
Yeah,
think-
you can.
I'm hoping they're waterproof.
they're
'cause I should- They're
plastic.
plastic,
Well-
yeah. So
They're just little bags you can use because they used to give them away at Splash Mountain. The little
yeah.
Ziploc bags that has the Splash Mountain logo on it.
I don't know if
but
they're
they
going to do
don't
something.
anymore.
Well, I don't know if they're going to do something special or not.
Oh.
That'd be cool if they did
Yeah.
on the last day.
If not, we have some plastic bags.
Yeah,
for
and
you.
those, and you can kind of rep,
Put your phone in.
podcast Mics for Magic.
Yep.
But only supplies last, so first come, first serve.
Yeah.
I purchased them, and so we'll be bringing that. So we'll be carrying that around too. And those are actually, believe it or not, a little heavy because they're made of, like you said,
Plastic. Yeah.
plastic mailer bags. Alrighty. Yeah, lots of business legal news for Disney.
Mm.
So it's
Well,
gonna-
the first big news is the Galactic Star Cruiser
yeah.
is taking its final voyage on September 28th through 30th.
That's crazy.
Wah, wah. Where's the button? Oh, man.
Yeah, all the
We
people. All
kind
the,
of saw it coming. Well, we thought they would at least just reduce prices and not close it down. But
I never. I mean, this was another Chapek championed thing.
there's some
I mean, I know
expensive-
they started building before he took over. And
Yeah.
but the whole model was very weird. No, not weird, but it kind of went with the whole theme of pricing certain people out of the Disney market. And I've always said, and I'll repeat it again, Disney is number one asset. The number one thing that Disney has is its branding. We have 100 years of Disney. And the reason why Disney is so special is because you're getting people to come back over and over and over to experience the magic. I'm not saying they're not coming back for the products. They are, but there's a through line to where, I don't know if if we have a kid or, me and Emmy are going to be loyal to like Apple or Google or whatever, you know what I mean? Tesla, whatever it is, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there's some big
That
companies.
generation.
There's very few companies that have brand loyalty for 100
like
years.
Disney. Yeah.
Yeah. And when you start pricing people out of the market and turning it into just Disney by definition is a luxury item. Whether the parks, the cruises, everything, because they're expensive.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, they're expensive. But they found a good balance of at least making it to where even if it's expensive, people will save up and go. They will get Magic Keys, annual passes if they can to get as much as they want. The movies, the classic movies, the new movies, Star Wars, Marvel, like they're trying to. They've manufactured it in such a way that people just keep coming, and I think that's the magic of Disney. It's not an ordinary business. So when you want to start raising prices and you start putting things that are like Hermes type prices, you got to know where that line is. And $6,000 a night. I know they've lowered prices since, but it was like too little, too late. It's $6,000 a night is not your average Disney family. That's somebody who is either a hardcore Star Wars fan, that's going to go just for Star Wars, not for Disney, or it's the person or people, or it's the influencer crowd, and a lot of them got to go free. The big
preview night,
on preview night anyway, so they're not paying money. And they're in the influencer crowd. Once they do create content, they don't repeat their content, so it's not like they're going to keep coming back. And then the people who are just looking at it as a status type flex, like people who have money who will say, "Hey, let's try this out. Everybody, this seems to be the new cool thing," but then it's a one-shot deal. They go there.
They still have to be Star Wars fans, though.
No,
it's
they don't even have to
immersive.
be. They don't even have to be Star Wars fans. If they marketing, you'd be surprised how many people, and this is actually a true thing, have ordered Teslas who don't even know they're electric cars. Seriously, that's a true thing because it was the cool thing to have, and that unfortunately in a consumeristic society, that's a lot of people, but they do it for the gram, they do it for the flex, they do it for whatever, and then they're on to the next thing. It's not about your brand, it's about what's happening right now.
The trend, yeah.
It's about what's cool in the moment.
Yeah.
And you're going to get a lot of those, and I think they probably did get a lot of those people, but those people aren't going to come back. They're not thinking like, "Oh, we did this whole immersive experience. Let's just
we might
come back
tomorrow, next year or something."
Yeah,
they
they're
don't
not.
do that.
They're not doing that. No, they're there. They got their family pictures. It's like when people go to like, my cousins went one year when I was a kid. They always liked Dickens, my aunt and uncle, and they went to England and for Christmas, so they can experience Dickens in England and all this.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh. I thought you went to school.
I know. I'm such a fob. I don't know what that is. I'm a fob.
Okay.
What is Dickens?
An author. Dickens.
Oh, I thought it was Dickinson.
No.
Oh, whatever. Okay.
Is it? It might be. Maybe I'm wrong.
That's why I didn't know. But wait, I know it's okay. So if it's an author, where are they going? To his bookstore? I don't know. Where did they go?
London, England.
I know, but to what?
No, just to experience that environment of.
Oh, like how people go to Salem?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but my whole point of that is that it's not like they kept going back. It's not like they kept it's not like that became a yearly thing.
Yeah, it's like a one-time check off your bucket list type of thing.
Yeah, and so because all his stuff was based in London, and like Oliver Twist and and stuff like that, and it's just A Christmas Carol.
Yes. Okay. I know.
You know those things.
I know those
that's
things.
The author.
But I didn't know that there was a place in England.
Well, it's not a place in England. It's just because they took place in England. Like it's like, it's like if you wanted to go, if you were a fan of Black Panther and you went to Africa, it's just.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess I get it.
I don't need you to get it. I need you to get the analogy.
Yeah, I know. It's like people who visited.
I don't even get it either at the time.
People who visited quote King's Landing.
Yeah, exactly.
In Spain or wherever it is.
Yeah. Yeah, they wanted to
Yeah.
experience that Victorian Christmas.
Yeah.
It was more of like that, and
Okay.
so, yes, I don't, didn't make sense to me as a kid either, but a lot of people do it. But yeah, they never went back. They said, hey, this was cool. It was
Yeah.
awesome. It was expensive.
Mhm.
You're taking a whole family to London,
Mhm.
during Christmas, but it was like a one-time thing,
Yeah.
and so, and that's what the Galactic Star Cruiser was for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is a one-time thing.
Maybe I like Star Wars. We saw it.
I don't
and
even
it
know
was
if
just
the
boom.
hardcore Star Wars people went. Like Campia, Theory, they didn't go yet, right? They didn't get
No.
a chance to go. Dan O did. He took his
I mean, it's not that they
family.
didn't have a chance to go. They were just kind of like, and it wasn't even, especially you had the double hate, right? You had the people who just thought it was just too expensive.
Mhm.
Then you had the people who were just anti sequels, and a lot of those people, a lot of those big Star Wars influencers were anti sequels, and it was based on the sequel trilogy.
Yeah, it was after.
It
yeah.
had Rey's in it, and the
Oh
First
yeah,
Order's
that's
in
right.
it,
That's right.
And then so it's like they were just not going to go on principle.
Yeah.
And they could have got a lot of people to go, but even if they got all their fans to go, that's still bought them another 4 or 5 months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think there was only 100 and something, rooms there. 100 to where per voyage.
Mm-hmm.
Because they treated it like a cruise, and it was 2 nights, and so the business model just to me wasn't sustainable.
Yeah.
It's not like you have to go there. It's not like if it was the only hotel at Disney World, you're going to get a lot of people because either they stay there or stay off.
Yeah.
But you could stay anywhere.
If it was something like immersive where you got to go here to and unlock this other voyage, which is like riding something.
Like if you could only get into Batuu by staying at that hotel, then you're good. But then you spent, how many billions of dollars on Galaxy's Edge for hotel guests. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't do that. So it's weird, and I don't know what the wisdom of that was.
Well, here's what they said.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's official statement is, this premium boutique experience gave us the opportunity to try new things on a smaller scale of 100 rooms. And as we prepare for its final voyage, we will take what we've learned to create future experiences that can reach more of our guests and fans. So now they want to reach more. So does that mean they're making it more inclusive, meaning less expensive, and something? So they've learned, and they want to create something else that will reach more.
They took a hit.
Yeah.
Learning, I guess, It's like justifying corporal punishment. It's like, I guess I learned because I got hit, they're going to have to, they can still make it a Star Wars themed hotel. They're just going to have to gut everything, take away all the experiences, and add like another, 300 or 400 rooms. And I don't know if they got the space to do that. So.
Oh, yeah, because the rooms are tiny because it's supposed to be like a cruise.
Well, it's supposed to be on a spaceship or
Star Cruiser,
whatever ship.
So the rooms are tiny. They would have.
Well, it's not just that they're tiny. I'm just saying they can't add more.
Right.
So even if they kept the rooms the same size, how are they going to?
If they kept the theming the same size, it just doesn't.
Because how are you still, if you only have 100 rooms, they have to charge a lot just to pay for the overhead. So you have to have at least multiple hundreds of rooms just to break even if you're going to lower the prices from what they had.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it.
They could make it an attraction that's not a hotel at all, like some type of experience, but it doesn't connect to one of the parks. So that's a little weird. Because you had to take a van to get there to Batuu.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do. But that's a lot of money. that hotel was not cheap.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I mean, they did a bunch of white walls, so I'm sure it's easy to re-renovate or whatever.
Yeah, but into what? I mean,
I don't know.
Because I guess what I'm saying is the way it's built, what can they put there that's not connected
That's
to
not
a
a
park?
hotel.
Like if it was connected to the park, they could just turn it into something that's part of the park. They can make
Right.
another ride. They can do whatever. But it's not even connected to the park. So none of the 4 parks are not connected to any of them.
Is it a high-rise building?
Kind
Because
of.
otherwise they can make it into like 2 or 3 restaurants, maybe?
Maybe they can. Yeah, they can do a gigantic
No,
restaurant.
like 2 or 3 restaurants in
Star
one
Wars
building.
theme. They can make it like a Star Wars experience to where it's like a museum / 2 restaurants, bar.
But what about all those rooms?
Yeah, I guess you could, and I guess they could still, maybe add like another 100 rooms somewhere somehow, and then charge maybe only Grand California prices, like $800 to $1,000
For Disney World, that's expensive.
Yeah, so
So the rooms are probably like, those downtown hotels
Mhm.
that we were looking at for Comic-Con, and
Yeah.
it's just like enough for one bed and just
yeah,
a bathroom like that. So it could be one of those like studio / discounted rooms. I don't know, whatever.
yeah.
So anyways,
They got a conundrum, and
Mhm.
it's a weird thing.
but at least they're stopping the bleeding.
Yep, and we'll see if they have to win their lawsuit, or if DeSantis not going to let them turn it into anything. It's going to be a prison.
Oh, yeah. The rooms fit a cell. Yes.
Yeah, they fit us. That would be awesome.
That
They
is
should do
actually-
they should do a collab with DeSantis. They should bury the hatchet, and then it could be the prison on Andor. And they put real prisoners in there, and then their work program could just be
one
like
way
one
out.
way out. You just got to walk through. It could be half attraction, half scared straight. And you could
You
walk
know
through.
what? Those room is as small as the
They look.
that
It does
one-way
look
out
like
room.
the Andro prison.
Yeah. Huh, maybe that's what they were thinking.
Oh boy.
They watched Andor and got ideas.
No, this is before Andor. I think they watched the Star Wars cruiser, and they got ideas for the prison on Andor, because Andor came after that, years after. So that tells you what they think of it. All right, what do we got next?
So Disney CFO Christine McCarthy says that Disney will use. I mean, we've talked about this before, but she confirmed that they'll use Disney Plus data to guide new theme park investments. So, like, by identifying popular titles and media within Disney Plus, they hope to, like, incorporate the most popular intellectual properties within the parks, which they've already been doing, right? They're adding, like, Tiana stuff, of course, Marvel stuff, Guardians of the Galaxy stuff. So they're basically taking data from Disney Plus to see what's popular,
Mm-hmm.
and then they incorporate it into the theme parks.
Yeah, I don't
Which
know.
is, I mean, I guess
I
they've
mean,
been doing
to me,
that.
I don't know. That seems kind of like common sense. I don't know why that's an announcement. I mean, I know we announced it before, but I'm like, okay, like wouldn't
They're trying to say that they're being innovative with this new data collection thing, and Disney Plus is what they're using to collect data
Yeah,
from their fans.
I heard
or-
it. Yeah,
yeah.
I get it. I mean, you would think that that's common sense. Like I'm collecting your data. I'm not, I'm either going to sell it, use it, or both. I mean, it's not. If I don't know.
Does that mean that?
I don't know if they're going to get. I guess I'm trying to think of what. Well, one, if they're getting good data from one of their products, why wouldn't they use it? I don't see how that's like a shocker, right?
So, like how The Mandalorian is popular,
Right.
was popular. So that's why they have added Din Djarin and Grogu as a character.
I think I don't think you need advanced analytics
I know.
to do that. But
You just
okay.
need to know if the show is popular or not.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, I'm just saying people who don't even work for Star Wars could say, hey, you should probably add Grogu.
Does that
you
mean
know?
that they don't have enough data of people watching Age of Ultron, and that's why Wanda's there, Vision's never there.
Yeah, I don't know.
No Vision
Yeah,
merch or anything.
Yeah, No, I'm just kind of thinking like, how is this groundbreaking news? Like, I don't know. Like if we sold products and I looked at our episodes, and most of our episodes were about Bob Chapek. I would sell Bob Chapek stickers. I don't think that that's, some, quantum computer AI genius
But they may be
thing,
using it for not just Marvel and Star Wars, but like princess stuff, right?
Yeah.
Moana and I don't know other.
Maybe they're doing something that's totally that I'm not thinking about, and it's just
Yeah,
and they're just kind of
they
hinting
said
to
to
it.
guide theme park investments. So whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just, I thought everyone just assumed they were doing that anyway.
Yeah.
It's one of those type of things, It's kind of like if Google came out with an announcement today saying, "Hey, the kind of the things that you search for, we're going to target ads towards you for that." I don't think I'd be like, "Whoa, I never thought of that,"
Yeah, for Google, because that's what they do. Collect your
No, but I think I think it's
through
2023. Everybody thinks everybody's doing that.
yeah.
I don't think
yeah.
that's I guess it's a slow news day, but I don't know. We'll see.
I know.
Maybe they're coming up with something to where they can incorporate more interactive stuff. That would be cool. Like magic bands or stuff like that. I think it's just more ad targeting, but we'll see.
Oh, another closure. The Imagineering relocation to Lake Nona, Florida has been canceled. So the $1 billion Lake Nona project is scrapped.
Well, is that a trombone? I don't know. I guess for Florida.
Or it could be the clapping one for the people who didn't want to move in the first place. Yeah. Oh, it's both.
Depending on your
There
from a certain
were-
point of view.
There were about 200 people Disney employees who already relocated
Wow.
from California to Florida.
I thought it'd be more than that.
And Josh D'Amaro said that the company would discuss options with them, including the possibility of moving back. Like, dude, the price has doubled now for a home, so I don't know how they're going to move back. When they left, it was half the
Yeah,
price.
especially if you were a homeowner and you sold your home here.
Yeah.
That's gonna be hard. Yeah, because well,
It's only 200. Like, I guess some of the Imagineers just held off and stood their ground or refused to move. And
I just
Found a
hope
job
that if they
elsewhere?
can't move. I just hope that they don't go hard on them on the remote options because that's.
I know, right?
Just like, hey, if anybody should be allowed to work from home, it's people who moved to Florida for you.
Yeah. Sheesh.
Yeah. So I guess more on that to come. But yeah, this is just the latest in the Disney feud with Florida. And I mean, I can't say I blame Disney for this. I mean, if you're going to make it rougher on us,
They even said, since Florida is no longer business friendly,
yeah.
they've pulled the $1 billion Lake Nona project.
And I think Iger said that.
Not sure who said that.
I think Iger,
Oh,
and then Josh D'Amaro
was
said,
talking about the 200 employees.
yeah, and then he added, as you've seen in our results, the progress that we've made has been exceptionally strong. Some things have been taking place that have impacted our business results. So, and I think we know what he's talking about. He said the decision to cancel the $1 billion campus in Orlando resulted from changing business conditions. So, a lot has changed since we've made this announcement.
Conditions have changed.
So we decided it was appropriate to make this change as well. So yeah, the feud with Disney is weird, and as of today, Disney amended their lawsuit.
Oh,
You know,
interesting. What does it say now?
well they've added a line that just a DeSantis quote stating that the quote is basically, "This all started, of course, with our parental rights bill."
Oh, they added that to
They
the
added
lawsuit?
that to the lawsuit,
Oh.
it's additional language. And why do you think they amended? I'm going to ask a question to you. Why do you think they amended the lawsuit today?
because DeSantis announced his
There
presidency.
you go. Bingo. Now, so a lot of people will be like, well, why? They could have always done this. And so a lot of people, and it's weird, don't know a lot about the legal system and the different things. Again, I'll give you another HR trick. Sometimes you'll have like your worst employees. And then this is like, I'll go back to like San Diego County days. When we had civil service commissions and you could still sue somebody, sue your employer and all this. You could still sue the county. And you would find out like just crazy stuff about, let's say a nurse or a doctor or a social worker was having an affair with a client or a patient, and you fire them, but they're so like narcissistic in their thinking, they think I'm gonna sue you, or I'm gonna find something to sue you, and blah 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 blah, and they'll make up stuff. They'll
Yeah.
and it's like, and sometimes they might even have something because it couldn't have nothing. Typically, when people sue you, it's not usually because of the reason they got terminated. They'll find like some pay discrepancy from 19,
Right.
to, whatever.
Yeah.
I've been working here for 20 years and I know that your paychecks were off, for these 3 months or something, and what happens is that there's a saying that, big companies settle with people. I say poor people. And when I say poor people, I mean people like me, people who aren't huge, people who are just normal. People who aren't mega
Middle.
corporations. Right? And they usually, because for somebody who's making like $50,000 a year, let's say, $100,000 is a lot of money to them. And so, and they said in California, they call it the magic 7. That's the magic number. If you could find somebody, well, if you want to sue and you actually have a legitimate claim, you can find 6 other people and make it 7, class action. And that costs big dollars. And usually your attorney will push that because what happens is that your attorney probably is just looking for like $75,000. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you had a pay, your employer violated a labor law or something in your case, and they're just looking for a quick payout. The lawyer didn't do that much work. But then if the company wants to fight you on it, like, no, we think you're in the wrong, da da da, and then they're like, okay, now it's costing the attorney time. And this is how class action lawsuits come about. A lot of people watch Aaron Brockovich and think it's always about these big oil spills and environmental stuff. It's no. Usually, the most class action lawsuits come from pissing a lawyer off because it's like, oh, I had a client here. We have proof that you paid them incorrectly or out of classification for like 3 years. We're just looking for like $100,000. And then the company's like, no, kick rocks. And they're like, oh, you're going to make me work? Okay, well, if you're going to make me work,
might as well make it worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to make it worth it. And I'm going to find 6 other people who had the same issue.
Yep.
And then I'm going to get $2.5 million out of you. Yeah. And I get a third of that. Yeah. Because I get a piece of every one of those things. And that's how a class action lawsuit happens. Now, giant companies and stuff, and so that's why you see a lot of people getting paid out. Like, companies like, I don't want to deal with that. They pay you out. Against big companies, they usually take it all the way. Now, if you saw like the Fox Dominion lawsuit, a lot of people are like, well, Dominion wasn't a person or a little guy. Like, why they're settling with them? This is actually tied to Disney, in my opinion, why they amended their lawsuit today. See, Fox News, I think Dominion said the settlement was for like 800 something million and change. Yeah. They originally, I think they were originally suing for like $2 billion. When you sue somebody, it's kind of like a negotiation.
Yeah, you start high.
High. They were probably only going to get about that much anyway. Yeah. And then it can still get knocked down because even if they got the $2 billion, what'll happen is that the jury, or if they were allowed to determine damages, could knock it down. That's high, or the judge could knock it down. So they're probably going to only end up that even if they won. So why did Fox settle? Right? Because Fox doesn't care if it's $2 billion or $1 billion. They settled because lawsuits are public record, and there was some stuff that Fox probably didn't want to come out and become public.
Yeah.
So I'm going all the way back to the beginning of the statement. It's like when somebody says, they had an affair with a patient, they stole money, or whatever. Well, we're going to sue you. I'm like, really? And the HR trick is, because a lot of people don't know how those things work. I'm like, you want to make this public record?
Yeah.
You want your wife to know what you did? You want your church to know what you did?
Yeah, if we go to trial, all that's going to be public.
And I don't even say it like that. I say, all of my notes, all the evidence we have, I can't control who sees it once you you can sue, that's fine.
All gets released. It's all discoverable.
Just so you know, you should talk to an attorney before you do that. You go ahead and talk to one, because I don't know if you want this to come out. Yeah, we may end up paying you.
Yeah.
We'll give you, a $30K
but all your
on your pay
stuff
issue.
is out there.
But yeah. If you really did something sordid,
Yeah.
I don't know if you want this to come out. It'll come out twice. It'll come out in the Civil Service Commission, and then it'll come out in a lawsuit. And that's why Disney waited. They had this quote for probably a year, or 100 quotes
but
like
this
it.
quote was already public. DeSantis
No.
said it publicly.
What they want to do is, because the lawsuit's pretty new, they didn't sue. What they want to do is, because he's doing this to run for president. He wants to take it to his constituents, and the constituents
Says,
to
look
think
at
like
me. I went against.
I went against Disney on their wokeness and
Yes.
beat them. What they want to do is get him under oath and say, because if to win the lawsuits, you have to stick to your guns. But you the best way to win the lawsuit is to be like, no, we didn't go after Disney. I didn't mean that when I said that. I love Disney. I would never go after.
I got married there.
I never went. And so they know he can't back out of it now.
Yeah.
That statement. So he has. So it's like in jiu-jitsu where you have the move where, okay, if you move this way, you get choked. If you move this way, you get armbarred. He's going to be on the stand. He has two choices. Either he has to backtrack on all the political rhetoric that he's betting on to get him the nomination, or he has to lose the lawsuit.
Yeah.
And that's where Disney wanted to put him. That's why they waited till he is actually an official presidential candidate. And they know they don't have, even if the court hearing isn't for a long time, guess who's going to use it against them? Disney don't have to say anything.
Wait, what? Who's going to use what?
That quote against him.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
Disney.
Disney.
Not even Disney.
Well, it's just going to be there.
No. Oh,
Trump.
There you go. Bingo.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about him for a while.
This is the genius of the Disney legal team. They can sit back now
And watch Trump just badger him.
and he's gonna be like, so little Ron, Rhonda, Captain Meatball, which is it? Did you mean it or didn't you?
Yeah.
You don't see me backing down to the mouse. I got the best lawsuits ever. You don't even know how to win a lawsuit against a cartoon character. So now he's caught between a rock and a hard place, because now to win the lawsuit, he's going to probably have to backtrack and say, no, we're not targeting Disney. We don't really care about their ideology. This was actually business as usual, which they can easily prove it wasn't. But he's going to have to go on the stand and say that.
Yeah.
Or he could stick to his guns and be like, no, we did target Disney, which is his political campaign, right?
Yeah.
We did target Disney. I'll do it again. I'm proud of it, and lose.
Yeah.
And that's why they waited.
Well, if he's running for president, I would say cut your losses with Disney. Who cares? Settle and run for your president.
But this is the biggest thing that he's done. If you were the type of person who was like tough on crime, and you put away like 6 serial killers, like, whatever, that's what you run on. That's everything. And you don't want somebody then to be able to be like, well,
That's what I'm saying. Don't backtrack. Just risk losing the lawsuit and say, that's what I did, but you'll win the presidency.
Yeah, well.
Maybe. Well, not really. I don't know.
People like winners. If you lose a lawsuit, then it's kind of like, you're kind of ditching the girl who brought you to the dance. You know what I mean? It's like it's a rough spot. You know,
Yeah.
I would to be from a strategic standpoint, that was brilliant to wait on that. Oh, you're announcing? Guess what? We're amending the lawsuit to put your quotes in.
Yeah.
You know, just to remind you. You know, 'cause so when you're under oath, we want you to know that we have a year and a half of media footage of you doing this. And when you're going out on your campaigns, you're telling everybody
telling
that
people,
you kicked Disney's butt, you did this. But when you understand, are you going to keep that same energy?
It's gonna be like what he
So,
he
and you're right.
criticized Chapek about
Yeah.
going back and forth.
Yeah, so maybe they do settle. I don't know. It depends what he wants more. Does he want to be a winner over Disney, or does he want to be president? And by the way, he's not going to be president anyway.
Yeah.
Because he's not going to make it to the Republican primary.
Right.
I mean, to beat Trump, I mean, again, I know this is, I always say it's not a political podcast, but, you know, you got 4 or 5 people running against Trump. There's there are Republicans who don't like Trump, and then there's Republicans who love Trump. The Republicans who don't like Trump, their votes are being split like 3 or 4 ways.
Yeah.
And then there's Trump, who's going to get 100% of the pro-Trump
Of the-
vote.
yeah, of the MAGA
so I
votes,
don't know
yeah.
how anyone would. Why would anyone?
Yeah.
I don't know why anyone would run against him. You know, unless you're just like super different. You know what I mean? But it's like if somebody's making you pick between 3 Diet
Probably
Coke.
yeah, why would you? Yeah, he's gonna make fun of your wife. Like, don't.
It's not
don't
even that.
put
It's like
yourself
even
there.
if you were number 2, you got to split. You got to share your
Yeah,
votes.
Yeah.
It's not. It's just a math. I'm not even saying a political thing. I think it's a mathematical thing.
Yeah.
If there's people who like Diet Coke and there's people who like Coke, but if you have to share your Diet Coke with 5 people, you're gonna and you could get the 1 Coke to yourself.
Yeah.
Why, you know, it's like why would you pick the Diet Coke? It's like I don't know, but it is what it is. It's going to be entertaining. I don't think politics is supposed to be entertaining, but that's what it turned into. So we're gonna have a year or so of fun.
Just to see what the nicknames are gonna be.
The
and-
nicknames and see what Disney does next or see the lawsuits. I mean, yeah, it's going to be interesting, you know. And Joe Biden, all he's got to do is take a nap until then. So, so you ain't got to do much. All right. Is that headlined?
That is all for headlines. Yes.
All righty.
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
Ooh, I don't know if you tasted this one, but I thought it was really good. It was the bacon cheeseburger loaded fries. And it's basically fries with all the ingredients of a bacon cheeseburger on top of it.
Yeah.
Ground beef, bacon, cheddar, onions, pickles, burger sauce, and tomatoes.
Exactly.
I don't think it's there anymore, unfortunately. It was at the Smoke Jumpers Grill for a short time.
It's weird when you post it because some people are like, whoa, that looks great.
Yeah, I thought it was there for the 100 thing, but then now they're replacing it with some other burger.
Burger.
But yeah, this was good. It was good. It was really filling, and it was only $12.99 plus Magic Key discount.
So out of 10, what would you give it?
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah, because their burgers are dry, but when it's ground beef, like pieces like that, it's not dry anymore. Plus with the burger sauce and everything, it was pretty good.
Yeah. So
A nice savory snack.
yeah, I wish I could have tasted it, but it was like there and
You had a
gone.
burger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully they'll bring it back.
Yeah. Is there anything that because I think we got a Magic Key Terrace reservation
Mm-hmm.
for Monday,
Mhm.
and we're gonna treat some of the out of towners to that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you're gonna be recommending?
Well, the Magic Key Terrace menu changes all the time.
Well, not just for that, but
So-
anywhere in Disney. Is there anything
Oh.
that's going on right now that you're gonna recommend to any out of town creators?
Hot Link corn dog.
The good old staple.
Yes. I know there's some new churro, but I'm not really. I just like a plain churro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought the Snickers sundae was good.
Mm.
And I heard there's a new hot dog Oh no, that's not till June. Never mind.
Okay.
But yes, there's a bunch of sweet stuff. I usually don't recommend sweet stuff.
Some people like sweet. Some people come to Disney just for the sweet stuff.
Yeah.
Some people are just like, I know there was this couple. I don't think they were. I think they kind of turned into kind of content creators. I think they were just posting their stuff, but they've never had they were annual pass holders and now they're Magic Key holders, and they never. I mean, for years, like before even we were, like going back into like before the 2000s, because I think they're like 60 now, and they have never been to a Disney restaurant, like a sit-down restaurant.
Oh wow.
They only eat sweets and carts stuff.
The fast quick service dining.
Yeah, and mostly sweets. And I'm just like, how could you be going to Disney frequently for decades?
Some people just like to bring their own food and then save it for the sweets.
I know, but you wouldn't even be curious? Like, like if you're that big of a Disney fan, I just thought that was...
There is something that I just remembered, is the al pastor loaded fries. So the loaded fries that I just talked about, no longer there, but now there's an al pastor loaded fries from the Paradise Garden Grill in DCA. So, topped with al pastor meat, marinated pork,
spicy
salsa, cheese.
It's a spicy pork.
No avocado. Look at that. We should try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should try that. It looks good.
Let's try it.
I mean, if you food more.
Oh, it's the crinkle fries too. I like those.
Yes, that was the same fries. Yeah. So try that.
Because in San Diego's really big with carne asada fries. So al pastor fries, I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Interesting.
See if it's as good as San Diego. I mean,
I don't even know if that's in San Diego. I
And
know they
it's
have burrito fries
Birria.
here, but they have burrito everything in San Diego. So
Even El Pollo Loco now has burrito.
they do.
And my sister told me to try. I'm like, okay, I refuse to be like only eating burrito at Disneyland or El Pollo Loco when I live in San Diego and I still have to try
the real stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Disney.
Oh, the teacher is no longer being investigated. The teacher we talked about last week who showed, what's the movie?
A Strange World.
Strange World, yes.
Strange World, yeah. They closed the investigation. The final report from Hernando County, I know a lot of guys named Hernando, says, it's the quote, the investigation was completed regarding the parent complaint. And I guess this is what she was served with.
Mm-hmm.
You had the PG-rated movies approval forms for all the students and had connected the movie to the curriculum being taught.
Mm-hmm.
The school system maintained that Barbie, that's her last name, violated the staff handbook, saying, you are reminded that you must seek and receive administrative approval before showing a film or video. So, and then she kind of commented on that, saying, she didn't see that in handbook, but then again, I'm new, I'm learning something every day, so she didn't really.
Oh, so she got the approval.
Yeah, but I guess even though you have the approvals, you still have to go to, like your principal or whatever and say, hey, I'm showing this movie or whatever.
Oh, from the principal. She got the permission slips from the parents.
Yeah.
But this is like every time you show a movie, you have to run it by someone at the school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was in their handbook, apparently. She said she never saw that before or anything, but she said she could be wrong. So, so I mean, so that's closed. So that's good. At least no one's losing their job. No one's, it's kind of over.
So she just got like a warning, like
I think they only put that in
to-
there. It's like, hey, we
you
don't
did violate
we don't-
something.
Yeah, we have to put something in there so we don't
Look
say that the
stupid.
people. Yeah, we don't tell the people who are against this that they're crazy. But yeah, it's not even a slap on the wrist, because a slap on the wrist would actually be like a written
fine or written notice.
yeah, written something or
Yeah.
whatever. But no, it's just like, hey, just please check with us before you show a movie or film. So I mean, so that's that. I think they were getting a lot of
good for her.
backlash. Yeah. On that. It's weird
Power
because
of TikTok. She goes on TikTok.
I
Yeah,
know.
probably got a lot of support.
there's a lot of like, yeah, TikTok's weird. It got banned in I think Montana.
Montana or something. One of
Yeah.
the M's.
Yeah, it's in Montana, I believe. We'll see if it holds up.
Yeah, I
if they
think
sue.
Is TikTok suing or the
I don't know.
the constituents suing?
Yeah, I mean everybody in Montana who has TikTok technically has standing. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's a weird thing, the power of TikTok, and because it's not even always used for good stuff. Or It's like there was like this video of somebody like there was this woman like beating up this Asian family, and then I say beat them up like there was like a fender bender on the freeway, and this is in California, and then. You guys can Google it, and then they're all film each other's cameras. She's just like, la la la, you don't speak English, da 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 da. And then she was like, she started throwing like the men.
Punches?
She threw at one guy, and he almost went into traffic. He could have died.
Oh wow.
And it's like they weren't fighting back because I guess it was kind of like a no-win situation for them.
Yeah.
It was like, well, what do we do? Beat up this little girl?
Yeah.
She's like kind of like an influencer, but she only has like 2,000 followers. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, the influencer was beating up the family?
Yeah. She
What
was
in
yelling
the
at them
world?
and screaming, and it's semi-racist. And then she gets on TikTok right away. And she's like, I was just in this event. Before their video even went viral, it was just like, I'm sorry, I could have handled it better. By the way, I'm half Filipino, so it wasn't racist. And then she was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
but that's kind of how TikTok has kind of like become like this. I don't know. It's kind of like become like this half, DA, half therapist. Like it's this weird thing, and it's kind of like I don't know. I'm not saying.
I think the whole social media thing, like
Yeah.
YouTubers, TikTokers, all
Yeah.
these reels, Instagram reels, it's just strange. I mean, it's fun for us because we're Disney, we can film fun things. But I'm watching some of them, and
I think they're entertaining. It's
they're
entertainment.
entertaining.
But I mean, I just hope that people can like separate their lives from it when
Yeah.
they get older.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know if some people can, but we can. We're old. Like this is like to us, it's
Well,
just
we
like
have
another.
Jobs and I mean, a lot of people that's their livelihood too. So
But in this particular thing, I mean, yeah, she went on TikTok because it's interesting to see if the teacher didn't go on TikTok, would it have been the same result? You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's what's weird,
Right.
Like in this crazy, like you have this huge social, this social war thing going on. You have the law, and then you have all this. It turns out the most powerful thing out of that is TikTok.
right.
Out of all of that,
Social media. Yeah.
social media, yeah. Because I wouldn't even know who she was,
Yeah.
So, all right, but good for her.
All right, Mrs. Barbie.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, exciting! Loki season 2 will will premiere on October 6th,
Mm-hmm.
and guess what? Echo.
Yeah.
All the episodes will be released on November 29th.
Yeah.
This is the first time Disney Plus has done this. This is like a Netflix thing to release everything.
So to me, I don't know. I'm hoping this is not the case. I'm wondering if they're thinking
Maybe
it's
it's
a
not a
stinker.
good show.
Yeah.
Well, why would they do that before it's even released, before anyone even saw it?
Because they don't want, cause I don't know how many episodes it is, maybe 6 episodes. That's the typical thing for them. It's either like 6, 8, or 12. Or whatever.
Unless
I
it
don't know.
like conflicts with big releases, like I don't know what movie's coming out.
They
like,
wouldn't
what,
do
Miss
that.
Marvel or something.
They would just reschedule it. They wouldn't.
Oh yeah.
They spend a lot of money on these shows because I think if they think it's a real stinker, they don't want, like, let's say it's 6 episodes, you're going to get 6 weeks of negative press on that show. And I don't know if they want to, I don't know. It's a weird thing to do because now,
Have there already been any theories from?
that's just my theory.
Oh, I wonder if what's his name had theories. That millennial dude.
I don't know. He's wrong all the time anyway.
Yeah, lame.
That
I don't know. Maybe
millennial dude.
Campia. Maybe Campia. But he's not
Yeah.
a Marvel guy, so that's why I don't.
No,
trust
he'll
him.
give an opinion, but I don't know. I mean, it's just it's weird to spend all that money and then go to a totally different model. Now, I like binging, so to me,
Yeah, I
it's
like it.
I love it when they drop
I just
off.
wish they did that with everything, because that's why I like Netflix.
Yeah, that's why Doe with Float can't catch up with our spoiler reviews, because if they dropped them all at once, maybe she could. She would just be like, okay, we're taking one night or 2 days, and we're going to
No,
watch them
nobody
all.
has time to binge like us.
It goes by quick. All you need is one good day, one boring day, and it's like,
Yeah,
boom.
but that's like 6 hours for 6 episodes. Imagine
Dude,
if it was 10.
people worked 8 hours a day doing
Yeah.
stuff they don't like. you could binge,
Well,
just 2
I
days.
actually binged 5 seasons of Game of Thrones in 1 week.
Yeah. See? Because it's something you
I
like.
binged The Punisher,
Mm-hmm.
a whole season of The Punisher in 1 weekend, and I did stay up till like 7 in the morning.
Every time,
But I'm a
every time The Boys comes out on Amazon, I'm done with it in a day. Yeah. So, but the other thing is kind of what I talked about before. I'm wondering if they realize that having a show on for consecutive weeks doesn't do a whole lot for their subscriptions. For an advertising model, you want that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're selling advertising each week.
Yeah.
But here you're getting one payment. So if somebody signs up for Echo and stays for 6 weeks versus, 1 month, are they getting that much big of a return? I don't know.
Maybe they're thinking it's a new character, and so they're not going to get that much interest. So they might as well just release it all until she becomes a popular character.
It's even a weirder move, here's another thing, and I was thinking, it's like, to me, I don't think it's a smart move. Even if it's a bad show. Even if it doesn't affect their streaming numbers. Why do I say that? Because there's a writer's strike going on. And that means a lot of their scheduled shows that are in production are going to get delayed. So to me, if
There's
you
nothing
think
to fill the
yeah,
gap.
I would have saved it for like next year, because it's something that leads into Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
But if Daredevil is already going to be delayed, why not have something come out? Like, if, let's say Daredevil, like the strike's not over for another couple months or whatever they're going to do, who knows? And let's say Daredevil was scheduled for 2024, gets pushed back to 2025. Well, then at least I could release Echo sometime mid to late 2024. And then you still have this filler to remind you, because she's a Daredevil character. I think Daredevil appears in it. That the thing's coming out and probably be a good hype. Right now, if they release it in November and Daredevil gets delayed, it's kind of like that gap between Mandalorian and the last Mandalorian.
Yeah.
And it's like the Book of Boba Fett's kind of, it gets weird. You kind of want to have a good schedule. But hey, we
Who
have
knows
something.
what their reasoning is?
And the thing is that since Loki's already coming out, you already have a Marvel thing coming out. Like, why waste 2 shows in a month? But it is what it is. We'll see. They already announced it, so to take it back would look bad.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
So Disneyland Resorts Pixar Place Hotel will be complete this winter. Actually, later than I thought. I thought it was summer. But we took... Oh, that makes sense. Because, remember, I took a peek at the dates in November. And all of a sudden, Pixar Pier is like more expensive than the Grand California.
Yeah.
Because it's probably almost done.
Yeah.
By then, because it says winter.
Yeah. And so
That
that's
makes sense.
probably why
Yeah.
that makes sense. And it was crazy. It was like, what?
1,700 a night.
1,700 a night? I was just like,
And then
what?
Grand
Is that that must be
California.
the, what are you thinking? That's the grand opening? I mean, I did like 1,700.
Maybe that's a grand opening. Because
Yeah.
Grand California was only like $700. I mean, that's expensive, but compared to Pixar,
Pixar
and
Pier?
poor Disneyland Hotel is like $500, even with the villa and everything that they're offering.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, why is Pixar $1,700? And then it's like, that must be the grand opening. Because I don't,
That was a random Tuesday,
I know.
and when I looked
Well,
Sunday,
grand
it
open-
was
yeah,
it was
I don't-
cheap again.
I don't know. That's weird.
But,
maybe it's a
they're-
special event or something.
Yeah, grand opening. What is it called? Preview, influencer
Yeah.
preview, whatever.
Yeah.
Because they have Great Maple in there now, so they have like a fancy restaurant. Not fancy, but a nice sit down
not,
place.
Yeah, Great Maple's nice, but it's
Yeah.
not. It's not fancy, but it's
It's
really
not-
it's good. It's
Yeah.
good, really good food.
Yeah.
So,
It's brunch food.
all right.
Anyways, Peter Pan, Mr. Toad, Alice in Wonderland, and Little Mermaid are all closing for refurbishment on June 5th.
Wow.
So after that week of the Memorial Holiday, all those rides will be closed.
But it's going to be a quick refurbishment.
Yeah, Little Mermaid will reopen June 8th. So that's only like 3 days.
3 days. Okay.
Mr. Toad and Alice reopens June 16th.
Yeah.
And Peter Pan reopens June 30th. So
Yeah.
Peter Pan's going to be closed for like a month.
Yeah, it's probably
Almost.
out of all of them, it's probably the most complicated of the rides.
Yeah.
Because that one actually is suspended.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I knew it was going to be. And the reason I knew it was going to be a quick turnaround is because they
Summer.
want them all open for summer.
Yeah.
Yeah. People come, and like Peter Pan's like their number one ride.
Yeah, Peter
So,
Pan.
So I knew it's going to be quick. So basically, if you plan to go in June, you might be out of luck. It's for Peter Pan. For the other ones, just get lucky. You'll probably get on them. So.
Okay, the next thing is a new Yoda Legacy lightsaber hilt set is available on Shop Disney for $249.99. $250. I don't know if it's still there. I don't know if it's popular.
Yoda's the
Yoda.
one. Yeah.
The green one.
The little one. Is it like a chopstick? Like the chopstick lightsaber?
No, it's not a chopstick.
Well, he's little.
I know, but
He's gonna get a little
wields a
Yoda.
normal sized lightsaber.
Why is it? Shouldn't his be half off the regular lightsabers?
No.
It's gonna have the size.
I don't even know if it's still there. I mean, when Leia's lightsaber was released, it was like sold out.
Yeah.
Anyways. And then Fantasmic is closed through at least Labor Day now.
Yeah. Well.
So they say they're taking the time to evaluate the show and explore opportunities to add new magic and touches. And more information will be coming soon.
Yeah. So, one of their 4 pillars is safety. So
Yeah.
they're taking it seriously. That's probably a good thing.
They want to prevent it from happening again.
Exactly. Yeah.
And finally, as of today, Soaring at Disneyland opens the new single rider line. So if you're a single rider or
And
you have a solo day, you can go on Soaring now.
And that has probably been needed since its creation.
I know, because when we're in line every time, everyone...
The lightning lane is backed up past claim jumpers,
Yeah.
or smoke jumpers, I should say.
And every time we're in line, they're always announcing, anybody here alone? Anyone? You know, so...
So now it's boom,
Mhm.
single rider. And that's going to shorten both lines.
Yep.
Yeah. Because sometimes in the whole method of like, hey, is anybody a single rider? Maybe that single rider's still outside. You know what I mean? It's like, so they can't really even, because there's really 3 parts to that queue. There's the outside part, and then there's the ramp, and then there's the second ramp.
Yeah.
So and they just let people through based on how many people.
Yeah.
And so if you're in that
The third line, you're not going to...
Yeah.
You're the only one who would hear that.
Yeah.
What about the other 2 lines? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they have 2 sides, so technically there's 6
Yeah.
queues. And so I'm glad that they're doing that. And a lot of people, they have a single rider lifestyle. Even if they come with big groups, they're like, we're all doing single rider. Because that's the way to beat Genie Plus.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like you'll get on a lot of rides just by doing single rider.
Yeah. So far, Matterhorn and Space Mountain have single riders.
Yep. Well, even Radiator Springs
Radiator
Racers.
Springs, of course, because it's like a weird three-seater thing.
But if you want to go on Radiator Springs, that's the best way to get on if you don't have Genie Plus.
Yeah.
I mean, and single rider goes pretty quick because I see that line sometimes moves quicker than the lightning lane.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, especially if you're just going with friends,
Mm-hmm.
you don't really, have a wife that clings to your arm every second. I'm just joking.
Whatever. I did a solo day.
That's true. It's true. It's true.
But that is it. And next time we talk to you, we'll be doing our 200th episode.
Yeah.
And we'll be at Disney before then.
Yeah.
With the big celebration of the closing of Splash Mountain and the Chalk fundraiser. Clock.
And we pushed this episode off because we're planning that we can get our 200th in May, which would be the 31st of May.
When we get back.
Get back. And so that would be exactly a week from today. So it kind of puts us back on a weekly type thing. And then yeah, we didn't want it too far away or too close to a
Yeah.
week. So
We want our 200th to just talk about our days went meeting
Yeah.
other podcasters
and celebrating some things, and
Yeah.
we might have some surprises for you as well.
Yeah.
So, all right,
So we'll be there at the parks. If you come, say hi to us.
say hi to us. You might snag a new wallet, or at least waterproof bag. With podcast mics for magic on it.
Yep, and you can meet Johnny and Hannah.
Yeah, there'll be a
All our
lot of people
friends.
there. A lot of people are going to be there, and yep. So they'll be there I think Johnny will be there for like 3 days.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so if you
29,
listen
30,
to the
31st.
DMSW podcast,
Mhm.
if you're a fan of that, if you miss him on the 29th and 30th, he'll even be there on the 31st.
Yep.
So,
Hannah's going to be on the 31st, too.
cool. Yep. Hannah's learning Disney.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's it for us this week. Thank you guys. We appreciate you guys so much. Hopefully, we'll get to see some of you this coming Monday and Tuesday. But that's it for us today. I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.